In this video, we will be identifying all of the components needed to set up a basic hydrocarbon pumping operation for a diesel saddle tank or home heating oil tank. This video does not demonstrate the use of the larger hydrocarbon pumps or the grounding and bonding kit. All the equipment, aside from the SCBA cylinder, is stored in the rear compartment of Hazmat 1. The goal of a pump-out operation is to stop a product from leaking from its container. At this point, attempts to patch any leaks have either been unsuccessful or deemed not feasible. A pump-out operation may involve removing all of the product or removing enough product to lower levels in the container below the leak site. If the goal is to pump out all of the product, make sure to confirm that we have enough drums to hold the volume of product being offloaded. The majority of our pump-out operations involve diesel fuel leaking from damaged saddle tanks on trucks after collisions. Due to the general stability of these incidents and the combustibility characteristics of diesel fuel, minimal grounding and bonding is used. For incidents involving more volatile hydrocarbons, be sure to put a complete grounding and bonding system in place. From right to left, this system includes a drum to hold the offloaded product, a wrench to loosen and remove the ring securing the lid, a wrench to open the cap when leaving the lid in place, a mallet to help remove or replace the lid, a hydrocarbon hose to go from the drum to the pump, an SCBA cylinder with regulator and short air hose to power the pneumatic pump, a pneumatic hydrocarbon pump with grounding wire, a grounding rod, a filter, a hydrocarbon hose to go from the pump to the leaking container, and finally, a pipe that can fit inside the container. When setting up this system, try to place the offload drum in a position where it can be left for the cleanup company once operations are complete. A loaded drum can be difficult to maneuver, so thinking ahead can save extra work later. Use the wrench to remove the ring and lid from the drum. A mallet may be needed to loosen the lid. You can also remove just the cap, leaving the lid in place, depending on the operation and conditions. Once the drum is open, run a hydrocarbon hose from the drum to the pump. The pneumatic pumps can be supplied with SCBA cylinders and Hazmat 1's onboard air compressor. Using a 60-minute SCBA cylinder allows for greater mobility of the system, and generally a 1 or 2 saddle tank pumping operation can be completed with one SCBA cylinder. For operations with longer durations or the larger pumps, consider utilizing the air compressor. The pumps have a grounding cable pre-attached. Grounding the pump will dissipate any static charge that builds up during pumping. If you are on the highway and have no soft ground, a guardrail or metal highway support can be used in place of the grounding rod. Remember, this demonstration is for an operation with diesel fuel. Any hydrocarbon that is more volatile, like gasoline, should include a complete grounding and bonding system. This filter will prevent any debris from entering and damaging the pump. Finally, attach a hydrocarbon hose from the filter to the pipe that is placed into the leaking container. A short hose with no fittings is also available for accessing containers in tight spaces. Once the system is in place, slowly turn on the air source. Increase the air until you have a steady pumping rhythm. A faster pump does not necessarily mean a more effective pump. Ensure someone is managing the hose that is emptying into the drum, as the pressure will cause it to move. Additional air supply and speed control can be achieved using the attached air regulator. Once pumping is complete, make sure to walk out the hoses to remove any standing product. Place the lid back on the drum and secure it with the metal ring. HMAU will then take possession of the drum and contact a cleanup service for final removal. Place all of the system components in trash bags for transport back to the station. The system can be cleaned by hooking everything back up and running warm soapy water through the hoses and pump. Wipe down the outside of the hoses and pump before placing them back on the apparatus.